New court documents say retired Army General Michael Flynn, who campaigned for Donald Trump, worked on the transition, and served briefly as the first Trump national security advisor, actually helped Robert Mueller with at least 3 investigations. One into Russian election meddling, and 2 more. A second is a criminal investigation, its description blacked out, and even the nature of the 3rd investigation is totally blacked out.
I think it's quite possible that it is an investigation into the obstruction of justice, which has never been confirmed by the special counsel, notwithstanding lots of reports.
Mueller says Flynn cooperated extensively, meeting with prosecutors 19 times, likely encouraging other witnesses to come forward and providing first-hand information about interactions that others in the Trump transition had with Russian government officials. Flynn pleaded guilty to lying a year ago, denying he had his own interactions with Russia's ambassador to the U.S. during the transition in hopes of improving relations. One of President Trump's lawyers, Rudy Giuliani, tells NBC News Flynn isn't a worry for the White House. If he had information to share with Mueller that hurt the president, you would know it by now, he said. But it's doubtful Team Trump knows everything that Michael Flynn said. Pete Williams, NBC News, Washington.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.